Clareyboyz.
And good evening. We are back with Clarey Talk Season 2, Episode 5.
What it do?
You know how we are, Big Three. I am your host, Sasukeblack, and I'm always here with the same two.
See, Fergs, what it do?
Ricky Ray.
And we're here to spit some real spill to y'all once again. And I want to jump right into the first story with good news. Well, today I want to talk about Matt Stutzerman. He's an Olympic archer for the USA, and he just won silver using his feet. They call him the armless archer. Despite archery, he's good at many other things, like basketball. He's played basketball for years using his feet. Like,
Okay.
he has many talents, and he has overcome his adversity, like his obstacle that, and many people said that he couldn't do it. He had heard before, and he just won silver. Like, he's killing it for like USA.
Yeah.
Like that's really, really awesome. So, Cam, how do you feel about that?
I think it's awesome every time, like, because you see a lot of people that are doing things that you wouldn't think that they were doing, like people in like wheelchairs, like,
Right.
you know, like doing pull-ups,
weights,
doing that kind of stuff, and it's just it's motivation for real. The dude is doing it with his legs, like a sport that you only do with your hands. This man is doing with his legs.
Right.
Yeah.
You can literally do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's pretty crazy. Rick, what can you tell me about it?
Like I said, I love it. It just goes to show you that attitude is everything. You know, you can be in the worst place at times, but as long as you're like positive about the situation, like you can literally accomplish anything. You know, like there's people that have all their limbs and they're like, oh, woe is me. You know, but I mean,
Right.
You know, it's good to see that, you know, he's accomplished the Olympics, doing what he has to do, you know, because it's all about mindset.
Right. Your physical limitations are barred by your mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shit.
Physical limitations are barred by your mind. It's nothing, like I said, this man is out here killing it, doing something I don't even know how to do with my two arms. He's using his feet.
It could always be a lot worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Always be a lot worse.
everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
It goes back to what I was saying. I think that's incredible. Like, I was looking at this story and I was like, wow, I mean, that is really, really cool. Like, and you don't hear about something like that every freaking day. Like, you hear about people that are great athletes and yeah, they get the spotlight, but you don't ever really hear about people like this that often.
I mean, I'm just trying to imagine, like, using my fucking feet.
I said, I don't even
know how the hell I would do that.
I have no idea.
Even using my hands, like I don't know how to like.
Yeah.
I know. I probably couldn't shoot a bow and arrow with hands.
Right.
Yeah,
right. I was
but
saying.
no feet, so yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's all about the mindset. So
Like I said, I really do like that story, and I hope that he does great things. And shout out to him. Keep doing your thing. Like, I mean, that's really, really awesome.
Real shit.
Yeah, that makes me want to keep doing things that I like to do. You know, even though that I'm not that great at them like this.
That's
but
right.
you know, here we are back.
A little bit of motivation.
Episode 5. Good to see you guys. You guys are great. Moving on into the guts and what I really came here to talk about today. Now, throughout life, you have many obstacles and you have to find ways around them. And after you've gone through your trials or your storm, or you've come out on the other side or victorious, or whether you haven't, either way, you've learned something. You've learned something that you didn't know, whether you could or you couldn't do it. And whether you can or you can is all in here. And you just got to know that you can do it. The first thing that I want to talk about today is deterrence. Deterrence are literally meant to encourage you not to, or discourage you out of whatever you're trying to focus solely on. And many things can be a deterrent. Like, for one, I didn't know before I started doing podcasts, one of my deterrents was I didn't know that if I could even really do this. Like, I didn't know that if anybody would ever actually watch it. I was like, I couldn't get over that hump. And then finally, you know, with the help of these two guys right here, two of my best friends, we have created this whole thing. And now we're on season 2, episode 5. So I feel a great relief from that. Like, deterrence. Cameron, what can you tell me about deterrence?
Well, just like you said, like a deterrent is, you know what I'm saying, something that's going to deter you away from doing something in a situation. It could be as small as like the weather, like it's nasty outside. That's deterring me from going out or doing something. Like that thought in your head thinking like, oh, I might not be able to do that is kind of deterring you away from maybe your full potential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. What can you tell me about deterrence?
deterrence very toxic, you know, to your dreams, excelling your dreams, you know, because people in situations and social conditioning will always mess up something that you want to do or your vision of what you want to do in your future, but you cannot let that stop you at all, you know, because you can't please everybody.
Only you can please yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can't please the whole mass. You can't please the whole mass. Whatever you go left, you're gonna please half the mass. You go right, you're gonna please the other half. Like you just, you know, so you might as well just live your life and just, as long as you ain't hurt nobody, just try to excel in you.
Do what you want to do. Yeah.
And don't let obstacles or like don't let nobody stop you from your dreams. Real shit.
But yeah, any obstacle, whether that's a person or a thing or yourself, your mind is one of your biggest deterrents. What's the quote? I forgot the quote. Whether you think you can or you can't, the answer is.
You're right.
It's funny, and to me, another deterrent is like people.
Yeah.
If I'm going somewhere and you know I know somebody's gonna be there, that will quickly make me. Yeah, it'll either it'll be a deterrent or it'll be like, oh word, I can't wait to see so and so. But like somebody that you don't want to see or don't want to be around being in a certain situation, that is definitely a deterrent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely feel that. I'm like, oh, God damn it, this person's here.
Right.
But you know what I'm learning now, that either way is go. I'm not going to let that make my fun time ruined. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to miss out on the fun time of even going if I just think about that.
Yeah, you're wasting energy on thinking about that person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Negative shit with that person.
Yeah, think about that person or their opinion.
Right.
Someone's like, who are you?
Right.
Who
are you?
It don't matter.
And so now I want to talk about the second topic is circumvent, which basically means to find your way around obstacles. And that's what you should always try to do or strive to do, is find your way around whatever obstacles you're facing. Like, don't just get stuck behind them. Even if you get stuck temporarily, try and move past it. Try and move your way around it, because it's just sometimes it's just something to teach you a lesson or an example or, you know, something that you should probably eventually learn. That's why it's stopping you. But once you figure out a way around it, you'll be good. Like I said, I had to just push through. Like, my circumvent around this was, you know, I asked you guys for help, and you guys, we put this together piece by piece, like made this thing whole. That's how I circumvent around me not wanting to start up my own podcast. It's here now. And
I think the biggest way of getting around obstacles is it's like the mindset kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you have a strong mindset, you got to tell yourself to kind of push through those negative things, or you know, more focus on something positive. Like you were saying, like push through it, and with the help of other people around you, you know. So, and sometimes that's what you got to ask for. Sometimes when you're having an issue, sometimes you need somebody's help. You need a helping hand, and there ain't nothing wrong with help. You know, if that's gonna help you get through something that you need to get through, or you know, an issue, you know,
absolutely,
a deterrent. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good way to do it.
People around you can always help you.
But like I said, you know, just trying to push through it to get to your full potential. That's the big one, like the mindset thing, for real.
That's mindset.
Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, right?
I guess one thing I try to take into fact is how bad do I want to get around this obstacle, you know? You know, real shit. If it's not my like biggest concern, then I'm not gonna try to get around it. But if like I'm determined in my heart and like my blood, sweat, and tears is in what this obstacle is, oh yeah, I'm gonna get around it. I just gotta find any way that I can. You know, maybe plan it out, go from there, you know, real shit.
Yeah.
I like the plan it out aspect, because I have to think, when I'm trying to attack a problem, I have to think about what I'm going to do first. Because I'm not one of those people that just like, oh, I'm going to go do this. Like, I have to think about what I'm going to do first and then know. And then once I have that plan that's fucking solid, I'm Gucci after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Working and putting shit together. Like, you got to be smarter than what you're working with. He says it all the time. You got to be smarter than what you're working with. If you're working with yourself, if you're working with yourself to make yourself better, do you know how smart you have to be? That's the way that I circumvent it. I like to make the list. I like to make the plan. For me to get around the obstacles. Like, that's been my thing lately.
Successful people write shit down. Real shit.
So they remember a lot of shit.
That's
too.
it.
The last thing I want to talk today about is how your relief and how you feel when you're finally obtained or gotten to where you need to go, your trip was successful, however you want to put it, you've done it, like your relief.
You did it.
You did it.
Right?
How do you guys feel? Like, Cam, how do you feel?
Well, that's what it is like relief is like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so glad that I did it. Like a weight lifted off of you kind of thing. And that's what we were talking about. Like, if you can get to that point and you can, get to where you accomplishing those goals. Every time you accomplish a goal and you set a new one, every time you reach that bar, it's going to be that sense of relief and everything. You're going to be, happy with, right, the growth and the progress. So
yeah, small goals.
Yeah,
cross them off your list.
That's the other thing I say is like sometimes it's the small W's, the small wins. You get a bunch of small wins and make a big W.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I feel like I'm leveling up, like real shit. Like I'm leveling up, and I'm like doing something, with my life.
Positive.
Yeah, doing something positive with
Productive.
my life. Positive, productive. Who doesn't feel good about accomplishing something?
Right.
Like real shit. Like life's kind of a game,
Anything that you accomplish, you gonna feel like
that
sense of relief. Like, it can be small, big, like
yes, that's that sense of like success.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I mean, shit, you gotta feel relieved of that shit. So just basically keep trying. Sloth is that's not good. Don't stay in one place. Try to accomplish different goals. To feel relieved, you make me feel better about creating things.
You might tap into your creative side.
Yeah, tap into your creative side.
And learn something new about yourself that you didn't know.
Right? Big facts.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely get down with that. And you guys definitely been spending some realness on that. On deterrence and circumventing ways around things and relief. Like I said, those are all things that I think about daily, and I just want to know how everybody else feels about them too.
I like that they all go together. You know what I mean? Like all the topics kind of go together.
Stay tuned in, follow us, subscribe, like. Nigga, what the cut it, nigga. Just go cut it off. Clareyboyz.
Clareyboyz.